Hi there! Virtual Bookshelves just uploaded a video called Tips from an English Literature Major, and they got me thinking about the things that I wish someone had maybe mentioned or talked to me about when I was in college. So I decided I'd share 10 tips with you from my experiences as an English Literature major. 1. I know you're not going to listen to me, but don't wait until the last possible second to write your papers. Just because this entire semester you've been able to write your papers 2 hours before a class and get A's on them doesn't mean that it's going to happen this time. Don't chance it, just suck it up and write your paper. 2. Don't feel guilty about writing and highlighting in your books. Sometimes you may be reading on the bus and you don't have a post-it note and you just have to write that eureka moment down. Just go ahead and just write in your book. Also, it's possible that your post-it notes can get lost, so you might as well just write it in the book. Remember that time when you ripped all your post-it notes out thinking that you were done and then you decided that you weren't done, but then you had to go and refind and rethink of everything all over again because you threw all your information away? Yeah, that wouldn't happen if you just wrote in your book. 3. Keep all the novels. All of them. I can't tell you how many times I've referenced older novels from my previous classes or used concepts or those novels again in a paper for another class. Being able to bring in new concepts that you might have learned from an outside class will make you look really smart, and it's very possible that you'll get a very good grade. 4. Keep all the papers. While you can't reuse a paper for another class, it's very helpful to go back and look at things that you messed up on, or just to reread your paper to remind yourself of concepts or the novels that you might want to reference again this semester. And it's also really cool to lay all your papers out and see how much your writing's improved over the past few years. Number 5. Utilize the Writing Center. No, you're not dumb if you go to the Writing Center. The Writing Center is a great place to go and get one-on-one help with writing research papers, proofreading, using MLA formats, and just answering any other general question that you might have about writing. You really don't want to get a failing grade on your paper just because you were too lazy or too embarrassed to go to the Writing Center to make sure that you cited your sources correctly. 6 is split up into 2 parts. Part A, go to class. I understand that your English classes are really easy to skip because mostly it's just discussion. You read at home, you go to class, and you talk about what you've read, and sometimes you just might not feel like you need to go to class because you feel like you've already absorbed everything that you possibly could from that section of reading. But if you're not in class and you can't listen and participate, which brings me to 6B. Actually listen and participate in discussion. I got the majority of my ideas for my papers by listening to the discussions in class. I wouldn't use other people's ideas, but their idea would spark something for me and I'd just branch out from there and get this amazing topic for my paper that my professors would absolutely love. Also, if you participate in the discussion, it shows your professor that you're doing the work that's required of you. Which leads me to number 7. Professors are generally nice, and if you ask them, they'll help you. Something happens and you get sick, or you just have a lot of papers due that week, go up to your professors and ask them for an extension, just a few days on your paper. I've had so many professors give me extensions on things because I was sick or because I had huge projects due for other classes. Because I was in class and because I did make comments every once in a while, they knew that I was doing the work and I was trying. I mean, just go up and ask them, and the worst that's going to happen is they'll tell you no. And if that happens, then just go to one of your other professors and ask them for an extension. Number 8, try to get into classes that you enjoy but also fulfill your requirements. It's so much easier to do the assigned reading if you actually enjoy the topic. And I understand that this is not always possible, believe me. I've had problems with this in the past. Choose wisely, my friends. Number 9, have fun and choose something out of your comfort zone. I took my study in a major author on Raymond Carver, who is someone that I had never heard of, and he has a minimalist style of writing, which is something that I've never read before. I found out that I actually really enjoyed his writing, and he's in my top 10 favorite writers. Warning, this could backfire. But hey, now I know that I really don't like medieval literature. And 10. One of the biggest problems that I had was telling people what I was going to do with my English literature major. And if you have no idea, just tell them anything that I want. Really, one of the things that matters is just having a degree. Having a 4-year degree means so much in the job market, so if you get a degree in English literature and you don't want to teach, be a librarian, work in a publishing company, be an editor, or anything English related, you can still get a job. I have a family member who went to Texas A&M and majored in ag leadership and is now a pharmaceutical rep. Believe me, if you work hard and are determined and show employers that you have a great work ethic, you can get almost any job you want. Now, I'm not saying that if you have no idea what you want to do, you should just get an English literature degree. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that if English interests you and you decide to take this career path, but you're not really quite sure, it's okay. It's not going to be the end of the world. Granted, having an English degree might not be helpful if you decide to go into engineering, but if that's the case, then why did you major in English in the first place? Well, that is all that I have today. Again, these are just things that I wish someone had just sat down and told me because I had to figure some of these things out on my own. Alright, well I hope you have a lovely day and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye!